The latest Roe versus Wade martyr has been born. Now, ever since Roe versus Wade was overturned, we all know that there have been a lot of cases where they've been trying to say, well, without access to unrestricted abortion, then women are dying and babies are dying. And they keep pulling up case after case, trying to create martyrs for the cause so they can put a face to it. Well, this one, I've linked 2 articles in the description, and it's crazy how neither one of them really tells the story, and you have to dig a little bit more or read between the lines to figure out what exactly happened. Now, this person, her name was Amari Marsh, and she was at the end of her second trimester. Her baby was viable, and so she gave birth very prematurely in a toilet. Now, this isn't what would be considered a miscarriage because the baby was still alive when the baby was born in the toilet. She called 911, and the 911 dispatcher told her to take the baby out of the toilet. Because of her trauma, is her story, she was unable to take the baby out of the toilet. What happens when you leave a baby in water? Baby drowns. Her baby drowned, and for that reason, she was hit with a murder charge in South Carolina. I think it was more like negligent homicide due to child abuse or something like that, but they're calling it a murder charge. It was dropped, so it doesn't really matter. But the way that this is framed is that poor woman had miscarriage, evil Republican laws, evil Trump laws, they call them Trump abortion bans. Evil Trump law makes it so her baby dies, and she's getting a murder charge. And that's literally the way that they're framing this in these articles. And that's why I linked the 2 articles that I linked, because it's, well, not only because of that, but because there's literally no press that actually tells the story exactly how it happened. You have to piece it together by reading many, many different articles and, doing your research on Twitter and doing your research on, local news networks and that sort of thing, which is kind of crazy. They'll just make the assertion and lie and lie and lie and lie and lie and lie and lie. Look, I understand that this is an issue that's important to a whole lot of people, and it's an issue that needs to be discussed. But you don't push the conversation forward by lying, by making up a martyr. It's kind of like if we said, well, illegal immigration is causing all of these issues. Let's make up, here's this person who was murdered. You don't need to, because there have been plenty that have been murdered by illegal immigrants. But if we started making up fake names and fake faces or fake stories to go along with real people, you'd be lambasted for it. The reason they ignore all of the people that have been murdered by and raped by illegal immigrants is because they don't have an answer for it. But with this abortion stuff, it must be rebutted. Again, I'm not going at this from either a pro-life or pro-choice standpoint. I'm going at this from a standpoint of these people are liars. They're lying about what happened because they need a martyr for their cause. And it's despicable. That's about all.